How could a Navy spokesperson fail to confirm what had happened to his own warship? That was exactly the case after Russia claimed a strike near the mouth of the Danube River. The Russian Ministry of Defense announced it had sunk the Ukrainian reconnaissance ship Symphopole. Yet strangely, Dmytro Pletenchuk, spokesperson for Ukraine's Navy, at first gave no confirmation and no denial. His initial silence created confusion, and when he eventually spoke, his remarks were brief and lacking detail. What was really behind the Ukrainian military's silence? To understand, we need to look deeper. On August 28th, in the restless waters of the Black Sea, Russia claimed a milestone: a precision strike carried out with an unmanned surface vehicle, or USV, that sent Symphopole to the seafloor. This was not just another patrol craft. Belonging to the Laguna class, Symphopole was the largest ship acquired by Ukraine in more than 10 years. Built in 2019 and entering active duty in 2021, it was created as the Navy's forward eyes and ears. Its array of electronic, radio, radar, and optical sensors gave Kyiv a rare maritime intelligence advantage. The vessel's duty was to monitor Russian activity and strengthen Ukraine's thin presence in contested waters. To lose such a ship is more than material. It cuts at the very pride and morale of a small navy already under strain. Now, according to Russian claims, that pride lies at the bottom of the sea. The loss was more than symbolic. It raised an alarming question. How could a reconnaissance vessel with such sophisticated systems fail to detect an incoming underwater or surface threat? Was its defensive technology unable to counter a drone strike? For Ukraine, the consequences were severe. The destruction of Symphopole was both a tangible loss and a psychological blow, marking the first confirmed incident of a Ukrainian warship destroyed by a sea drone. A worrying signal of where naval warfare may be heading. Russia, however, withheld details about the exact type of unmanned craft it had deployed. Instead, the world caught only fragments from two circulating videos on social media. One appeared to be shot from the USV itself, showing its rapid approach toward Symphopole. The other came from a drone overhead, capturing a wider view of the strike as the craft closed in. No official specifications were released, but the site of the attack gave clues. The USV might have been launched from occupied Crimea, more than 130 miles away, or perhaps from a Russian naval vessel operating nearby. That raised the question: what kind of USV carried out this operation? Moscow has invested heavily in unmanned military technology. Among the possibilities is the Katran USV, designed for autonomous navigation and armed with a powerful explosive payload. Equally plausible is a newer, less familiar model, the result of Russia's intensified production of naval and aerial drones. Whatever the design, the purpose is clear: combine high speed, stealth, and destructive force. These vehicles are built to infiltrate hostile waters undetected, close in without warning, and strike with lethal impact. Operators, working remotely through encrypted radio or satellite links, can guide the craft while receiving real-time video to confirm its target. Ideally, such USVs would launch covertly from hidden bays or larger warships positioned beyond radar coverage. Their streamlined hulls and reduced acoustic signatures make them hard to detect. Equipped with advanced sensors, they navigate obstacles, select the most efficient path, and lock onto their objective. In the final moments, the drone accelerates to maximum speed before detonating on contact, inflicting catastrophic damage while sparing Russian crews any risk. This capability was not just theoretical. On July 26th, weeks before the Black Sea strike, Russia's Navy staged a large-scale exercise in the Baltic Sea, known as July Storm. Footage from the drill highlighted a new generation of unmanned surface drones speeding toward floating targets before exploding with massive force. The exercise simulated scenarios against potential NATO ships, underscoring Moscow's readiness to integrate USVS into real combat. The July exercise revealed how seriously Moscow viewed this technology. Russian officials boasted that the new drones could operate for up to 24 hours and strike targets more than 300 kilometers away. Independent verification is still lacking, but even the demonstration was enough to prove that Russia is not standing idle in preparing for maritime threats. For Ukraine, The sinking of Symphopole showed that what once looked like experiments had already entered the battlefield. Yet another element complicated the picture. On August 27th, just one day before the USV attack, a rare mission took place in the same sector of the Black Sea. A U.S. Navy P-8A Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft, fitted with a distinctive radar pod, was intercepted by a Russian fighter jet. The Poseidon is regarded as the most advanced reconnaissance plane of its kind, capable of tracking submarines, surface ships, and even smaller craft, like unmanned drones. Its sudden presence in the exact area where Symphopole would be struck raised suspicions. Was it merely coincidence, or was the U.S. collecting intelligence on Russian activity, or perhaps on Ukraine's naval movements? The timing left the questions hanging. The Poseidon's capabilities suggest it might have detected unusual maneuvers, even the launch of the drone itself. Russia, meanwhile, treated the American patrol as a provocation. Its jets ensured the aircraft was escorted away, making clear that Moscow would not tolerate extended U.S. surveillance so close to its positions. By the time waves closed over Symphopole, the implications were undeniable. This was the first confirmed Ukrainian naval vessel destroyed by an unmanned surface craft, a new chapter in naval warfare. The strike highlighted Russia's growing confidence in autonomous weapons, while revealing gaps in Ukraine's defenses. For Kyiv, the loss was both strategic and symbolic, the disappearance of its most modern reconnaissance platform, and a grim warning that future battles at sea may be decided not by traditional fleets, but by silent machines racing in unseen until the moment of detonation.